I'm really excited to share with you some findings that really surprised me about what makes companies succeed the most. What factors actually matter for most startup success. I believe that the startup organization is one of the greatest forms to make the world a better place. If you take the right group of people with the right equity incentives and organize them in a startup, you can unlock human potential in a way never before possible. You get them to achieve unbelievable things. But if the startup organization is so great, why do so many fail? That's what I wanted to find out. I wanted to find out what actually matters the most for startup success. So, I wanted to try to be systematic about it and avoid some of my instincts and maybe misperceptions that I've had from so many companies I've seen over the years. I wanted to know this because I've been starting companies and businesses since I was 12 years old. When I sold candy at the bus stop in junior high and in high school when I made solar energy devices. To college when I made loudspeakers. And when I graduated from college, I started software companies. And 20 years ago, I started Idealab. And in the last 20 years, we started more than 100 companies. Many successes and many failures. And we learned a lot from those many failures. So I try to look across what factors accounted the most for success and failure. So I looked at these 5 components. The first is the idea. I used to think that the idea was the most valuable thing. I named my company Idealab for how much I worship the concept of the aha moment when you finally get an idea for something. And then over time, I came to think that maybe it was the team, maybe it was the execution, the adaptability, and maybe that mattered more than the idea. I never thought I'd be quoting boxer Mike Tyson on the TED stage, but he once said, "Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face." And well, many businesses get punched in the face. So when I think about the team's execution, it's the ability to adapt to getting punched in the face by the customer. The customer is the true reality, and that's why I came to think that the team maybe was the most important component. Then I started to look at the business model. Does the company have a very clear path into generating customer revenue? That started rising to the top of my hierarchy in ideas and concepts and all that matter for a business startup. And then I looked into funding. Sometimes companies receive intense amounts of funding, and maybe that was the most important thing. Well, then of course, there's timing. And the idea that, the concept could be way too early for the world. Maybe it's not ready for it. Is it too advanced? Do you have to educate the world on your idea? And what if it's too late and there's already too many competitors? Or it could be just right. So I tried to look at very carefully these 5 factors across many companies. And I looked across all 100 Idealab companies and 100 non-Idealab companies to try and come up with something scientific about it.